Hi, we're in Washington, D.C. right now at the tidal basin near the Thomas Jefferson Memorial. We're out here on a paddle boat right now, enjoying the lake, and we're just having a real good time. So stay tuned while we explore Washington, D.C. This is the National Park Adventure.
This is kind of cool because I haven't been on one of these paddle boats since I was a kid. And I'm just sitting in the back filming, so I don't have to do any paddling at all. Great! Here's
Hello!
some other paddle boat people.
Wonderful day we're having! Hey, looking for a fun time in DC? Come on over to the Tidal Basin Paddle Boats. You can see it right here in between the Washington Monument and the Thomas Jefferson Memorial. Come and have a good time.
Paddle faster! I'm paddling as fast as I can, Richie, please! About to fulfill a dream right here.
So this is Julian learning how to ride a Segway.
We were fortunate enough to go on a Segway tour of Washington, D.C., and after Julian, Chris, and myself went through the Segway training, we were ready to ride. And we were about to see some of the greatest sights in the country, thanks to Capital Segway Tours, who let us ride free after explaining our cause.
Man, this is the best day of my life.
So there are 6 levels to the White House, 3 above ground, 3 below ground. There are 132 rooms, 35 bathrooms, 26 fireplaces, 3 elevators, and a partridge in a pear tree. Everything you need to live, work, and play inside the White House is on the White House grounds. The President has a movie theater, a bowling alley, which unfortunately President Obama not so good at bowling. He's got a jogging track, a tennis court, half of which is converted into a basketball court. He is pretty good at basketball. I would love to dunk on the president.
I think this is really cool. I don't know if President Obama is here today, but he very well may be behind us at the White House.
I said it once before and I'll say it again. Man, this is the best day of my life. Oh, I'm riding on a Segway in Washington, D.C. Look at me.
So we're at the back side of the White House right now. It's kind of interesting because the most photographed part of the White House is the back. We were over at the front, and it's kind of funny that the back is the one that you recognize more from all the pictures, but really cool.
Look, Ma, no hands. I'm in front of the Washington Monument on a Segway. Come on.
So we're at the Washington Monument, and I am amazed at how tall this thing is. It always seemed a lot smaller in the pictures, but this thing, yeah, the Washington Monument is larger than I expected.
My brother and my roommate are gonna be so jealous of me because I'm riding a Segway.
You riding the Segway?
I'm riding the Segway. Come on! Isn't this incredible?
Man, I cannot believe that I never thought I'd come to Washington, D.C. This is really cool.
Me neither, man, and here we are.
So a little bit about the monument. It is 555 feet tall, the tallest building here in Washington, D.C. It's also the tallest standing Freemasonry structure in the world, which means there's no wood or metal beam supporting it. It's just stone on stone. If you guys have heard of the term E pluribus unum, it means out of many one. It's on our presidential seal. They tried to reinforce that creed and that motto in the building of this structure to honor George Washington, our first president, one of our founding fathers, pretty much the man. They started out by limiting the donations to a maximum of $1 in hopes that everybody would donate $1 to honor George Washington. So out of many, one. Also, an Egyptian obelisk is always made out of one piece of stone. This is very much an incorrect Egyptian obelisk, but out of many stones, one structure, E pluribus unum. So that idea did not last very long. They ran out of money. Plus there was a war going on at the time, so they spent the money elsewhere. So where you guys see the discoloration in the stone, about 152 feet up, that is where they stopped construction for 20 years. Sat there as a little nub in DC looking ridiculous. And they basically said, this looks silly, we either need to tear this thing down or continue building. They got the funding to continue building, but when they went back to Baltimore County to get some more stone from the quarry that they were pulling it from, the quarry was completely dry. So they had to get the stone from somewhere else, which is why you see the discoloration. Different stone, different quarry.
Hey, stupid.
Excuse me?
I said, hey, stupid.
I'm not stupid.
Oh, really?
No. Soldier boy, chillin' dog, check out this monument, so tall, yo. Yeah.
Just learned that I thought the Smithsonian Museum was just one big museum, but actually there's several buildings all over the place. So just an interesting fact for you, all here in DC. So when the president is inaugurated, there's a temporary platform that's built all around here. And it's not here now, obviously, because
We're standing here.
We're standing here, but apparently it takes months and months to construct and build that platform. But really interesting. So
There's a little, like, you know, how like this section here is lighter than these other sections because that's fake. They can take that little section out so that it leads on top of the platform, and
that way the president can walk.
Yeah, that
from
way
the
you can walk
platform
from
onto the
those
rail up
doors.
there.
That way you can walk from those doors and onto the platform. So those little things there don't exist during the inauguration. Pretty cool. Not many people know this, but DC is actually built on top of a swamp.
So obviously, because this is the Capitol, this is where Congress meets. That's the House and the Senate, and all of their congressional meetings are right over there. That's where they do all the voting. We're about to take a tour on Tour Mobile Bus, and they're a great way to get all around DC and see a lot of the important sites. So there you go.
The Tour Mobile bus took us all over the National Mall, allowing us to see more sites than we would have seen on foot, and it made stops at most of the important ones. There's so much cool stuff to do in Washington, D.C. that we were all feeling a bit overwhelmed, and I think we'd have to do at least 3 more National Park adventures to really see it all, and I definitely wouldn't mind coming back. This place is awesome.
Welcome to the Jefferson Memorial. We are about to walk into the Jefferson Memorial, and as you can see, the architecture is Roman and Greek. I believe it's Roman.
God, so many steps. Thomas Jefferson was actually one of the tallest men in the world. See, this is an actual size statue of him.
Oh, okay. I don't think that's true at all. The red eyes of the Washington Monument.
Our tour took us to the Franklin D. Roosevelt National Memorial, which is a really cool place with a lot of statues of the 32nd president, and the walls are covered with his most famous quotes. It's set up sort of like a maze, and Julian almost got lost, but we found him and then headed for the Lincoln Memorial, and anyone who's ever held a US penny knows exactly what it looks like.
There's the Washington Memorial, and behind it in the distance you can see the Capitol, and then around over here is the Lincoln Memorial. Everything's in a perfect line. It's pretty cool. It really is quite huge in here. Now, there used to be an urban legend that Robert E. Lee's face was on the back of Abraham Lincoln's head, and as you can see right here, it looks like a profile view of a man, and maybe a nose right there and a beard coming down, and what looks to be a forehead right there. But if you continue to look, now they do allow you to go farther back now, and as you can clearly see when you go farther back, it's just a bunch of hair. So there is clearly no face on the back of his head, but it was a cool urban myth while it lasted.
Oh, nice doggy.
World War II monument right in front of us. Awesome stuff. Each of the 50 states is represented by a pillar and a wreath. If you look, you can actually see Lincoln between the bars over there. Here, guys, really cool stuff.
I really want to run through that fountain right now, but I don't think the guards would be okay with that.
Yeah, I don't know about that.